The people at dog tracks appeared to me more casually dressed than the people at the horse racing. Maybe the people that own dogs don't have as much money as the people who own racehorses, or they just feel differently about it, I don't know, but they seem to all mix better at the dog track, whereas I've seen at a lot of horse race meetings, they seem to gather in little mobs, like little cliques, you know. Even the bookies seem to be more casual.
Pro Hart was a long time underground in the mines before he got his big break, and when it turned up, he took it. If he became too popular with the masses, then that's just too bad. He began as a people's painter, and he'll always be not too far from the heartland.
People. I get most of my inspiration from watching people. People sort of all have various ways of standing, even they're leaning on a bar, or putting a bet on a horse or a dog, whatever the case may be. I study people, and that's how I get most of my inspiration. I'll see something around the place, and I'll say, right, I'll paint that, and I'll put them people into it. Because, you know, everywhere you look, there's people, isn't there, you know?
Pro's subjects are still dogs and kids, booze-ups and Barbies. And if his paintings do happen to end up being featured on tea trays, so too can they still be found in the smart salons of the rich and powerful. Recently, an exhibition he painted after a trip to the Middle East achieved the feat of bringing together the Israeli and Egyptian consuls general.
Sydney Morning Herald, the other end of the room, in front of the other painting. Would you mind?
Each of you on each side of Mr. Pro Hart, if we could, please.
So you drew a few people here, Pro?
Yeah, must have a magnet out.
Hey? I don't know what it is, a good PR.
In the scramble to get the scoop photograph, it was almost possible to miss the sheepish-looking bloke in the open-necked shirt, talking about universal brotherhood.
I think anything that does anything towards peace is good, you know. I can't see why art can't be used for peace. Why not? You know, in a bit of cultural exchange or something. You know, there's good painters in both places, you know.
There are few Australian artists whose status and reputation, both here and overseas, have grown more confidently in recent years than Pro Hart's.
An eloquent speech by the New South Wales Premier, Neville Wran, washes over Pro like most other highfalutin words. He's heard it all before.
Like other artists who came to prominence in the 1960s, that decade of great vigour and self-confidence in the visual arts in Australia, Pro Hart turned his attention to provincial subjects and the folk myths of the outback, a seemingly inexhaustible source of inspiration for both painters and writers in Australia. We know him best for the paintings of scenes and incidents of outback townships, capturing with their ochres and deep reds the raw natural colours of the Central Australian spaces. His vision of the Australian landscape is now as familiar, as distinctive in its way, as that of the classic Australian landscape artists from Roberts and Streeton to Hyson and Drysdale.
While some of the elite are now prepared to elevate Pro Hart to a rank alongside the great artists of the past, others are less impressed. But whatever his position, it wasn't gained by being conventional. You don't find Sidney Nolan blasting holes in his canvases with a cannon, or Sir Russell Drysdale painting from Polaroids. But Pro is open, unpretentious and unpredictable. One week he might be mixing it with the Silvertails in a smart gallery in Tel Aviv. But he's just as likely to be making a steel bull ant in the bush or playing bark in Broken Hill.
Playing the organ is a relaxation, but I'm not a good organist, but I can be walking through the gallery and feel like playing the organ, and I can relax for about an hour and a half just playing, and quite good. Then some other times someone will ask me to play something and it's a dead loss. I don't like anything to do with being in the limelight, you know. I'm not a talker and I'm not a limelighter. I like to be in the background because I can watch things that are going on, and I'm always conscious of what other people are doing for you know, because my thing is painting and that's it.
Well, but you need a bit more water with that. It's stiff now.